I reckon we've got a bloody fuel problem, so if I stuck this rag in here and we'll try and get it to start on, basically choke it to get the friggin' thing to start. So guys, I don't know if you've seen my last video where I managed to score this awesome generator out of a dumpster. I worked on it for about half a day and I managed to get the thing started. It had a buggered pull start on it. So we managed to sort that out and I managed to get it started, but the bloody thing was surge all the time. You know how it goes fast and slow and fast and slow. I'd had a few beers by that stage, so I managed to get it going enough just so I could run a power drill just to show you fellas that it actually worked. And then I stuck it in the corner of the garage and basically forgot about it for a while. But one of my viewers asked me if I could do some videos about running a plasma cutter or a welder off a generator. So I thought to myself, Pete, we've got to get this generator up and going properly, and then we can do some bloody experiments, like trying to use it to weld shit and all that sort of crap. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to give this a quick service. We're going to try and see if we can stop it from bloody surging, get it running pretty cool, and then we can plug like a plasma cutter or a welder into it and see if the basket works. Because the pull start's bloody buggered, I just got a bolt and I just made the end of it square and the other end of it fits into my drill. This piece goes into the socket, the same size as on the flywheel, so it fits about as well as a cock in a sock, but you can pull it out real quick so you don't get your hand twisted if it decides to go. So if we just turn them on, make sure the fuel's turned on, Pete. So we've got fuel on, fuel in there. Right, check it in the guts, Nigel, see what happens. Doesn't sound too good, does it? I have got it turned on, haven't I? On, off. Let's take the air cleaner off. I'm quite sure there's something wrong with the fuel intake. Last time I got it going and it just surged and surged and surged. The filter doesn't look that grubby, really. I reckon we've got a bloody fuel problem, so if I stuck this rag in here and we'll try and get it to start on, basically choke it to get the friggin' thing to start. Now what the fuck's going on? My drill's knackered. Hopefully it's just the bloody battery, because my missus would not be impressed. She only brought me this last Christmas. Here we go, last Christmas. Hee-hee! We've got more torque now, it's trying to rip my bloody hand off. See how it's bloody surging? And if I pull the rag out, it'll stop. I think we better pull the carburetor to bits. Take this off. I went on holiday the other day, my friends. I went to Honolulu. It was pretty bloody cool as well, I can tell you. I actually found a new favourite beer there. Put in the comments below if you know what it is. Trouble is you can't friggin' buy it here. Well, you can, but it's that bloody expensive that I can't afford it. Alright, take that off, Pete. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Must be another boltus down here somewhere. Yep, on the other side. And of course it's different fucking size to that, isn't it? Wow! All else fails, use the good old adjustable bloody wrench, Pete. So put in the comments below, my friends, if any of you guys been to bloody Hawaii, Honolulu. I thought it was really, really cool. But I actually also thought it was really, really friggin' expensive. But anyway, that's just me. I'm cheap. Alrighty, coyotes, let's turn that fuel off. Get the fuel line out. Carburetor's about to fall off, shit itself there. Let's have a look here. Put your glasses on properly, Pete, so you can see what you're doing. There's only two. There's one spring here. Even I can't get confused with that. And then there's just, get rid of this, Pete. If I can get it going, it'd be a pretty good generator, especially since I only found it in the trash. Be able to do all sorts of weird and wonderful experiments with it. probably electrocute myself. You know how it is. Should come off. Take this gasket off. Chuck them in there so I don't lose them. And here we have it. One carburetor. So let's pull the sucker to bits and see what we've got, eh? I think surging is quite a common problem for these little engines, but I don't know. I think it's the one of the we've got green slime on here. Sometimes if I'm not sure how these things go back together, I just take a little photo on my phone because I'm an idiot and I forget where these things go back. Because I'm an idiot and I forget how to reassemble half this shit, you end up with a whole pile of bits left over. Especially after you've had a couple of bevies. So we've got a jet right in the middle there, guys, so we'll take him out. There's a lot of green shit in this carburetor. Doesn't sound too good, does it? Just modified this screwdriver a little bit so I can get it down this hole because it's really tight. Can you hear it? You hear it crack there, guys? I think we've got it though. I was scared I was going to strip it off. That's the last thing you'd eat on a Thursday, Pete, strip it off at the garage. What a horrible sight that would be. Yeah! And here we have it, guys. Actually, it doesn't look blocked. Do the old blow test. Can you see all the green shit on this jet? So I'll just try and clean it out with a piece of wire. It seems, it's going through, sort of. Like I said, I don't have any bloody carburetor cleaner, so the best I can do is blow it out with air. What else have we got? Not a lot in here, really, is there? As far as jets go, there's 2/5 of FA by the look of it. Sometimes these have got holes in them. There's green sludge everywhere. I think we need to clean this whole thing up. Actually, the hole in this looks about twice as big as when I started, so maybe that could have been the problem. Remember, when you're blowing this shit out, guys, don't point it down towards your parts, otherwise they're all going to just piss off and blow all over the floor. How do I know that? Because I've been there and done that. Blow. This one. This one. This one. Around the other side. Down the guts of it. Hole here. Oh, root, Pete. Too many beers. So I've cleaned it up the best I can. So let's stick the jet back in and see what happens. It's in there reasonably tight. Put our little float back in. Put the pin for the float back in. Oh, just make sure that float works, guys. If I blow in the fuel intake, lift the float a little bit, you can hear the air coming through. Drop the float. No air. So I've cleaned this up the best I can, so we'll stick him back on there. That rubber seal looks alright, it's pretty reasonably clean. I don't think this goes on any particular way. Screw them in there. Sometimes these have got bloody holes in them as well, but this one hasn't. Screw them in there. This one in here, it's still got that rubber seal on it. Use the spanola. Tighten them up a little bit. Let's see if this makes the sucker go. One thing about these little engines is at least they're easy to work on. So you can pull it to bits about 10 times before you get it right, before you really get pissed off with it. Oh dear. Righty-o-dy. So if I put these back on now before I jam it right in the back there. It might save myself some grief later. What do you reckon? Yeah, that went on there pretty easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This one here goes under here and goes like that. Remove the back of the air cleaner first, Pete. Stick that hose in there with the breather. And now like so. Choke working. Gee, it must be about beer o'clock after this, guys. I don't know if you're anything like me. Do you ever get frustrated when you pull these things to bits? You clean out everything you can and you put it back together and it still doesn't friggin' work? It's quite frustrating really, doesn't it? Or is it just me? No patience, Pete. Not actually sure whether we cleaned very much shit out of that carb at all. But anyway, we shall see what we shall see. I might have to get you guys to help me to fix the bloody thing. Put in the comments below if you can think of anything else. I'll put that hose in there, Pete, before you forget. I don't know about where you guys live, but a generator like this is probably worth $600 here. So if you can get it for a bargain price of $0, that's pretty cool, I reckon. Now this thing here goes on here somehow. I was never very good at puzzles. Well, here we go. I think that's where it goes. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Maybe, baby. Goes that way, you idiot. Jeez Louise, man, oh man. See, kids, that's what drinking does to you. Baby, baby, I love you. What the hell? Remember when I said to you about pulling things to bits and then friggin' things not working? It must be the gasket between the air filter housing and the air filter. My hands are too big. Here we go. Which way up does it go? Does it go that way up? Looks like it fits there to me. Can't possibly go the other way, Pete, can it? Because you're on the wrong side. Nope. So you had it right the first time. Too much talking, not enough bloody working. Don't you hate it when you do a project and then you're all finished and then you got a whole pile of bits left over? But of course you never see that on YouTube. Everything is perfect on YouTube, didn't you know that? Well, it's certainly not perfect in Pete's garage, I can tell you that for nothing. It amazes me you see these YouTube videos about how they completely pull a whole excavator to pieces and then they put it back together in about an hour and a half and everything works perfectly and there's no leaks and wow, they must be better at bloody mechanical stuff than me, eh? Now I've got to put this stupid thing back in. Actually, I might go that way. Tis what it is. Put the old grubby filter back in, cover back on, put the boltus in the bottom. How many bits have I got left? One bolt. And that goes on the bracket on the back of the air filter. Man can get hot doing this sort of work. Woo-wee. So I've plugged the fuel line back in, and I should have done that before I put the air filter cover back on, because now I can't see what the hell I'm doing. There you go. Put this stupid little clip on. Get down there. Yep. Close enough, Pete, close enough. Right, my friends, I've turned the fuel back on. Got everything bolted up nicely. Let's see if it goes. Let's wind some fuel through it first. What do you reckon? Is it any better? Seems a bit better to me. Reducing power and everything. Oh, a little bit rough. That sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful. Running that smooth. It doesn't even knock the beer around. I think we solved that problem. Now the only problem is I'm going to gas myself. So there we go, my friends. Remember how I said some YouTube videos make it look so easy? This one actually friggin' worked. Anyway guys, oh, there's a lot of smoke here because this thing's been chucked on its side and all sorts of things. Like originally I said, I got it out of a skip, or a skip. If you don't know what a skip is, it's a dumpster in American language. So I'll put a link in the description below, and you can see that video too if you want. And I'm going to go and open another couple of these beers. And we'll see you next time. Oh, if you guys want to buy me a beer, you can actually click the link in the description below. It's actually buy me a coffee, but I've changed it to buy Pete a beer because Pete doesn't drink coffee. And that would be really awesome, guys. It helps me produce these stupid little videos. And you might even get your name mentioned on my next video. You never ever know. Just depends what sort of mood Pete's in or how many brewskis he's had. You know how it is. Anyway, guys, same as usual. If you like my videos, remember to subscribe. If you don't like them, you can subscribe anyway. I won't tell anybody. And we'll see you next time, mate. And I'm going to use this sucker to do some welding.